Good morning, friends. I have a really special reason for wanting to talk to you today. Those of you who know me know that back in 2008, God chose to take my 16-year-old son home to be with Him. Today is the 10-year anniversary of that date. I'm in a beautiful pastoral setting here. We're visiting some family in New York. This is me first thing in the morning out here drinking my coffee, no makeup, sharing their beautiful landscape and just thinking to myself of all that God has brought me through the past 10 years. And I just thought that maybe it would be appropriate for me to share my heart a little bit about how God has brought me through the last 10 years, through losing a child, through going through a divorce, through dealing with a family member with mental illness, and remarriage, stepchildren. There's so much that God has brought me through in the last 10 years. And I want to give Him all of the glory, and I want to be one of those people that continues to give praise to God for the situations that He's brought me through. In 2008, January 3rd, 2008, my son Landon Tate Dillard was on staff at a youth camp in Colorado, a Christian youth camp. The plans were for him to go mountain biking with a group that afternoon, and he was very excited about this mountain biking excursion. And it had been drizzling rain, but nothing that bad. So when the time came for the group to leave, Landon took out first. He was so excited. He had had just an awesome week at camp. He was leading the worship. My son was a musician. He was a guitar player and had a beautiful singing voice. Led praise band back at home. And so it was a natural transition when he got to Colorado. He would lead the music for the camp services in the evenings. And ironically, he had been leading the group in a song that says, I just want to sit with you for a while. If I could just sit with you for a while, nothing could touch me. If I'm wounded, if I die. That day, when they took out for their mountain biking trip, Landon had no idea, nor did anyone else have a clue, that possibly those words would become reality. Once they got away from the camp property, a pretty bad storm came up, and there was one lightning strike within a 9-mile radius. And that lightning strike took Landon home instantly. The precious camp leader tried to do CPR for 45 minutes, but it was no use. He was already gone. It had been 3 weeks since I'd seen my boy. But that's okay. I could picture him. He was a vivacious, funny, full of life, full of adventure, a little bit mischievous, talented boy. Some wondered, why, God? Why would you take Landon? He could have done so much for you in your kingdom. He could have touched so many lives if you'd let him stay here. But I just want to let you know that over the past 10 years, possibly touched more lives than he would have touched alive. He's been touched. He has touched many lives by how he lived his life. It's been a lesson to all of us to live your life fully for God, not for self, but for God every day. Hug on your babies and your loved ones every day. You don't know. You don't know if it's the last time. Give a word for God when you can. Live your life so that when that day does come, no one has a doubt as to where you stood. Everyone will know. We've been blessed with 3 boys that were Landon's brothers, who have grown up to be wonderful young men. No doubt, Landon molded and shaped their lives, perhaps in ways they don't even realize. It's changed me forever, my entire family forever, in good ways. If I could bring Landon back, I would. Now you may say that's odd, strange for a mom to say, but I know where he is. I'd like to see him, but I wouldn't bring him back. But I'll go see him. I will see him again. And I encourage you today, friends, live in a manner in which your family and your friends can know that they will see you again. There's only one way. That's through faith in Christ. Maybe an unpopular thing to say. It's not politically correct. But I don't care. You see, you know what you know. And I know what I know. Stephen Curtis Chapman lost a child. If you don't know who he is, he's a Christian artist. He lost a child just a few brief months before God took Landon. And he said that God gave them little bits and pieces of information, and he called them breadcrumbs from heaven. Like you would leave a trail of breadcrumbs so that you could find your way back. He knew that God had a plan. God had a plan when he took his child. And we've had those same breadcrumbs all along the way. God has been so faithful to us. Yes, it hurts. I'm a mother, and it hurts me every single day. But I trust, and I know there's a plan. And my mind can't begin to comprehend God's plan. I don't assert that I come close to knowing all that he has in store, all that he has planned for this family, for Landon's friends. But I know that he is going to keep his promise to use it for good, and that he is guiding us and taking care of us all along the way. Friends, have you lost a loved one? Have you lost a spouse or a child or a parent or just a close friend? Allow God to heal your heart. He will. He will heal you as no one else can. No one else can come close. And He longs to do that for you, just as He's done it for me. Now you may see me crying with puffy eyes and red face and runny nose and think I don't look very healed, but I am. He has healed my heart. He's restored our life. He has put together so many broken pieces in beautiful ways. He's made a mosaic, a beautiful mosaic of all of the shattered pieces. And my family's doing wonderfully well. We all still miss Landon, and we love him so much. But God has done something wonderful in our lives. And He's used our story to bless and encourage. And I pray today that just me sharing a little bit of my heart and letting you know how God has helped us will give you the faith and the perseverance to go through those hard days, trusting God's plan. Live every day like it could be your last. Loving God, loving your family, and being a blessing to those around you. Trust God to handle your circumstances. Cling close to Him, and He will heal your heart. And He will do it in ways that you cannot even dream or imagine. He's brought things and people into our lives that we would have never dreamed. So, I love you, friends. Thank you for putting up with my puffy red face. Excuse the no makeup. Have a wonderful day. And when you hear a thunderstorm and you see a lightning bolt, think of my story, think of Landon's story, and just remember that nothing, no lightning bolt, no car accident, no cancer diagnosis, nothing is a surprise to our Father. It's not a surprise to Him. And He will hold you, and He will care for you and take care of you like no one else. I love you, friends. Have a wonderful day. I think that's all I can say. Just have a wonderful day, and just take to heart these words, and I hope that they bless you. Thank you.